Okay, in this segment we're going to be focusing on Liurnia Lakes. Now, Liurnia Lakes is actually the second major area of the game and contains the second major boss. But because this game is completely open world, as long as you know where to go, there are very few hurdles that will prevent you from going anywhere that you want in the bottom half of the map. Now, you're not allowed into the top half of the map until you kill at least 2 of the demigods, which is what the story will tell you. We're not focusing on that. This is just setup. So if we take a look at the map, this is all Limgrave that we started on, and specifically Western Limgrave. We're going to be moving up into this area, which is going to be considered Liurnia Lakes. This item right here is a map piece. That's going to be one of the very first things that we're going to want to get so that we know where we're going. And then I will put some markers on the map to show you where I'm going to be picking up some items and where I'm going to be heading to pick up more than just upgrade materials. But I'm not going to spoil it for you until we get there. So, first thing though, we're right here near a church. Let's go head down to this church. There's an NPC in here that, you can accept the side quest if you want to. As this is just a guide for getting started, I'm not going to worry about it. But the key thing about churches is that back here, against these statues, are sacred tears. Sacred tears will increase how much health or focus points you will get from your flasks. So they are very key to find. Anytime you see a church, try and go into that church to get that particular tier. I'm going to run up here and get this item. And hopefully do it without dying. And then we're going to head to Liurnia Lakes, which is down here. Now, once we enter into the area, we're going to need to make our way down to the shoreline, because that's where the first site of grace is going to be that we're going to want to get a hold of. We want to probably get away from this encampment, stay away from all the soldiers. Easiest way, just like this, just avoid them. And here is that site of grace here right on the shoreline. This is another important site of grace. Not only is it our first entry point into Liurnia Lakes, but this merchant sells one of the most important items in the game.
You're new around here. Surprised you found me in my little nook. No matter, no matter. Your money's as good as anyone else's. Why don't you take a look at my wares? Oh, but don't ask me how I got my hands on them, eh?
And that's this, the lantern. When you go into catacombs or caves, many of them are going to be extremely dark. And the first merchant at the Church of Ella will sell you a torch. However, you have to put that in a hand. Can't two-hand a weapon if you're carrying a torch. The lantern will hook to your belt and will allow you to have light without having to carry a torch. So we're going to go ahead and purchase that. There is another cookbook here, and it provides crystal darts, spell-proof dried liver, and shatter shard arrow. I don't recommend it. Most of them are not worth it. The crystal darts might not be bad, but the shatter shard arrows are not the best in the game in any way, shape, or form. So just go ahead and save your money. Let me buy some more arrows. Between segments, I did go back to blacksmith. I have my katana upgraded to +2 now, which is a good starting point here for us, even though we haven't leveled up at all. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is get the map piece so that I can then show you what things we're going to be trying to grab in the game. And we just messed up. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and skip them. There we go. There's our map piece. Yeah, they can group up on you pretty quickly. I wouldn't mind the runes, though. Most things can be fairly easily killed on horseback by just circling around them if you've got them marked. But that's not always the case. Okay, so let's take a look at our map here. And we will get other map pieces. If we go down, we are approximately right here. There is another site of grace right about here that we're absolutely going to want to get a hold of, so that'll be our next major point to go after. At which point then we'll be heading more up north so that we can get access to some upgrade materials and get access to some other sites of grace. There's also going to be a golden seed that we're going to be getting access to increase our flasks as well. Yeah. So here's the other side of the next site of grace. And we also have now the Glintstone Craftsman's Cookbook. Now there is a set of ruins up here, specifically right there. I recommend staying away from it for now. Most of the enemies can cause some serious damage, and there's a boss there that is just horrific. But there is a set of smithing stone level 2s at the back side of it that you can usually sneak up on, and we're going to try and do that, and then we'll continue moving north to the Gateway Academy town, as that is where the next golden seed is, as well as where the next... Yeah, here's the ruins here that I was talking about. Laskiar ruins. That's where the next golden seed is, as well as the next map piece. Yeah, so if we go around the back side of these ruins to keep from aggroing any of the enemies, we can come up behind this circular building. There's a teleporter right here, which will get you to the academy. Keep that in mind for later. Smithing stone level 3s. For some reason I thought they were level 2s. Yeah, you won't be using those until you're ready to get to plus 7 through 9, but... Alright, so the next thing is to get to Academy Town. Best thing is to just head up this way. Stay away from the mounted guy. This early in the game, he can definitely do some damage.
Hello. Hello.
Alright, that's a young lady that'll give you a quest line.
Over here.
Be aware of that. Alright, so I'm not far enough north for Academy Town. However, I am far enough north for another site of grace. This should be the Scenic Isle site of grace. Yep. So now the Academy Town should be right over here. And the Academy Town, will get, as I mentioned, will get the golden seed. A couple more level 2 smithing stones. As well as the map piece. And a Site of Grace. The easiest thing, if you're not sure where you're going, is to just head towards the Academy, because Academy Town is right underneath of it. And I'm going the wrong direction. As I mentioned, I'll give you the map. At least I think I am. No, I should be in the right place. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So as I mentioned, these things are going to show up on your map as map pieces. Make sure you pay attention to those, because those are going to be important. Now, where is it? Here it is. And in this particular case, this map piece is also right at the Golden Seed and right at the Site of Grace. And not too far away from... Stay away from the lobsters. Lobsters are a problem. Couple more level 3 smithing stones. Lobsters, thankfully, are slow, but they hit you, you're going to get hurt. And that doesn't matter what level you are. Yeah. And I'm dead. And they have the ability to do that. I didn't think they could do it at that kind of a distance, but... Well, the good thing is I have the marker on the map, so it won't be hard for me to get back there. Yeah, I don't think I think I only had like 400 or 500. Let me try and go around a different direction this time. So that I don't aggro the lobsters. I also don't know exactly why I wasn't able to actually, you know what, while I'm here, that is a smithing stone set that you need. I was going to have us get anyway. But I'll show them to you on your map, on our map, when I get the map piece. Alright, I think I went far enough out of my way this time to not have aggroed the lobsters. Okay. Alright, so there's our Site of Grace. There's our map piece. Okay, so on the map, I'm not even going to worry about those. This is now Academy Gate Town. The Academy is up here. We have picked up... We picked up items here. We picked up item... This is where we just picked up a few stones. We're going to also go down here. We're also going to go here before heading over to here, where we're going to get another map piece to then fill in the rest of that area so that I can show you the primary reason for coming here in the first place, which is a Ash of War. So we've already finished 1 and 2. We still need to go to 3, 4, and then 5. So let me go ahead and clear 1 and 2 off the map. Both of those contain smithing stones used for later. There is a golden seed here nearby. I think it's up a little bit further. There are also some smithing stones that we want over here as well. Where's that gold? Oh, there's the golden. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so we come here and we get the golden seed. And then we go around here. And you're going to need to be careful and quick. Wait for the crab to move, and then pick up that item against the wall. That is 2 more smithing stones. Level 2s, specifically. And I missed it. Okay, let's head out. Just make sure to keep moving. Make sure to keep moving. Okay, let's head for number 3. You can take your chances with some of these enemies, especially if they're slow, but be aware, the +2 katana, it's going to take at least 3 swipes on any enemy. And if they're lobsters, it's going to take a whole lot more than that. That's not what I wanted to do. I don't know why they're not aggroing. Oh, this is the one that I already got. And I've got to stop having that happen. Well, thankfully I already had... I had no runes anyway. But, yeah, you've got to be careful. I was playing with fire, being around those particular lobsters too long. Alright, let me open up the map here real quick. Apparently, 3 has already been done. I must have come around closer to that direction before coming back to the town. Alright, let me try this one then. Yeah, this is going to be a great getting started guide to help you with your first bosses, but it's risky. It's going to be risky. You all need to be aware of that. Oh, hold on. Considering I'm not getting any runes at the moment for killing anything. Alright, so what I'm going to do this time, because they're asleep. The key is to get in there quick before they wake up and can target you. So I just need to line myself up with the stairs. Well, and I've already cleared this one out. so number 4. For those who are interested, there is a very incredible special weapon. Oh, these are worth killing. Simply because they're easy to kill. Just have to deal with the poison output. So right there in that tower is a great special weapon called the Ice Rind Hatchet. And the skill that's on it is going to be the same Ash of War that we're going to be picking up here in a little bit. Might as well get the runes while I can. Yeah, so this circular spot is the next one. And I think I'm missing... That's where the Ice Rind Hatchet is. Oh, I did. I missed a Site of Grace back here, but that's okay. Alright. Alright, so we're now going to be going and getting another map piece and Site of Grace. And these are going to be fairly easy to grab because they're right here along the road. Yeah, we're just going to be heading straight up here. Stay away from the singing. At least out in the main world. Unless you're ready to deal with bats. Lots and lots of lobsters over there. Alright, so here's the next Site of Grace. Yeah, you do have to get off of your horse to do a Site of Grace. Whatever you do, don't touch the jellyfish that you're going to see here. Just run through and pick up the item. That's the smart move. And then run around the encampment. I'm being sniped. What we're headed for is... Actually, you know what? Let's pull out the map. Yeah, here's the next map piece. If you do want another Site of Grace, there is actually one over here. Just be careful to not get close to any of the balloons, because they will drop some pretty nasty automatons that can do some fairly serious damage, especially this early on. What's up, Chris? Right now I'm not doing anything on my first playthrough. I'm actually recording a getting started guide for the samurai class. So you didn't have to get that Site of Grace if you didn't want to, but what we're going to do is we're going to go up here and get this next map piece and take that to get the special ability that I talked about was tied to the Ice Rind Hatchet, and that's going to be called Hoarfrost Stomp. And because it's tied to how strong your weapon is, it is very powerful. And for the samurai, because he is so weak in other areas, it's a great way to level the playing field. So what we're going to be doing here... Oops, that's not what I wanted. Is we're going to get another Site of Grace here, and then we're going to be heading to, this lake. And that lake is where we're going to be able to get the Ash of War that I just mentioned. Oh, I forgot about the wolves there. Oh, damn it. Oh, I touched a wall. I grazed a wall and it affected my movement. There we go. By the way, there was an illusory wall right near there that I could have used just as easily, but... Okay. Here's the Site of Grace. Now, we're going to be coming up on Carrion Manor. Carrion Manor is not a place that we want to be getting anywhere close to this early in the game. So we're going to be staying along the right-hand side so that we can stay away from all of those magic beams. And the other thing is to just keep moving. Get far enough away from the manor, the beams will stop. I actually noticed a glowing skull over there, but it's okay. Alright, so we're going to see some footprints here in the water. This tells us that there is an invisible scarab, and scarabs are just like crystal skulls in the original FromSoft games, and they have items. Specifically in this one, and I was off. The Hoarfrost Stomp Ash that we want. Just gotta time it right. And I'm not. There we go. There it is. Hoarfrost Stomp. Now, when we sit at a Site of Grace, we'll be able to change our Ash of War from Unsheath to that one. And I will do that as soon as I can. So we're going to leave here, and we're going to make one last stop to here, which is another church, get its site of grace, and then we're going to go ahead and warp back, and we're going to start doing some additional collection of smithing materials in Limgrave, as well as doing some actual finally some farming to level ourselves up. So we're going to go across this particular pathway. And then head up this hill. There is another merchant here. He's not a very nice person, though. So I'm going to leave him there, knowing that he's always available to us here at the church. And we're going to get the Site of Grace, as well as the Sacred Tear, just like we got in the other church earlier. So this is the Church of Bellum. The first church that we went to was the Church of... Where is it? Church of Irith. So, I'm now going to sit here. I should be able to add a charge to my flask. It's going to take 2 golden seeds to do it next time. The first 2 are 1 and 1. The next 2 are 2 and 2. The next 2 are 3 and 3. And I believe there's a 4 and 4. I believe it goes up to 14 available flasks based on the number of golden seeds in the world. And then I can also increase my amount. Alright. That is the end of this segment. What we're going to do is we're going to warp back to Limgrave and go to the Church of Ella, and we'll start from there to head down south, because we're going to do some we're going to pick up some things down south, as well as clear a specific area down south.